My name is Dick Norton, and I'm here in the official capacity of Mayor of the City of Greene. My address is 4036 Sarah Drive, SARA, Uniontown 44675. We're representing those businesses and those individuals in our community that have grave concerns about the location of the pipeline. And in my official capacity as mayor, I share those concerns because the current route is routing it through one of our parks, near our school system, and near public places. And even in FERC's regulations, they advise those folks that design and engineer pipelines to avoid them at all costs if they can, yet they want to route them through these areas. So in my capacity as mayor and chief executive, I have written a letter myself to express my views and was very clear, we're not opposed to the pipeline, but would you please consider an alternate route? And then City Council, as recent as last night, passed another resolution based on council's role, which is to essentially mirror that. Would you please consider an alternate route? And they also were public. We are not opposed to oil and gas and pipelines at all. In fact, I support them. And in my view, we need to capitalize on that aspect for Ohio and for our country. And I want us to sell gas to Canada and Europe and others as opposed to the Russians and the people in the Middle East. I want that very much. Having said that, there clearly is another route that would take away the unnecessary danger, and that's what's happening. Dave talked about the pressure of the pipelines, not to scare people, and the default rate, the accident rate, is very low, but it is catastrophic when it happens, and they have blown up. And these gas lines, they don't leak. It's not like at your home, if it leaks and it gets in the air and you find it and they come fix it. If this thing leaks, it's an explosion, and it's 1,000 feet, and it's catastrophic. Even though it's rare, it's about 1%, why would you permit that to be routed through a school, near playgrounds, churches, and public places, when there is an alternate route? So our appeal is this. The Summit County's on board, Madonna County's on board, Lake Township's on board, and the City of Greene, the mayor himself, and the council persons are on board to oppose the route. And we're requesting, we think it would be important if you all would consider some formal piece of legislation or some formal opinion that would support the rerouting. And I would be happy to come back if you need or would prefer another open session where we dedicated time to, if we needed to convince you why that would be appropriate for you to take that position. Because there's an awful lot of detail involved in this thing called NEXUS. NEXUS is a shell company. It's two companies created a shell company for the purpose of constructing, designing, and building this pipeline. And I want them to build it, I mean, for all those reasons I just talked about. But it just seems, it seems irresponsible as a leader of a city like Greene to permit, without some intervention, to them to onboard danger that doesn't need to exist. If it were minor danger, I could understand it. And we need interstate commerce. But for interstate commerce, we wouldn't have 77, we wouldn't have power lines, and all those sorts of things. But when there's that kind of danger, it seems it's compelling for us to make this an issue and make this request of NEXUS to at least consider a reroute. And we're prepared. We will, and we have designed temporarily an alternate route. We will have an opportunity to go in front of FERC. I think it matters. You are a big county, and I believe it would be influential if we had your support in that regard, in terms of the reroute. And we're willing to educate you as much as you're willing to be educated, so you could, on your own, say, you know, these people are right. We should support the other people in Stark County and protect them from that. And that's really what I'm doing in my official capacity, is protecting our residents and our businesses and our community from what I would call unnecessary danger. When you decide to get on the airplane, there's about a 1% chance you'll crash from that too. But you make that choice. If they force this on you, that their onboarding risk you decided not to take. And so you can't parallel the 1% to the airline crashes and the higher percentage of a traffic accident and those sorts of things. Those are common things that we ordinarily take in the scheme of life. So my hope is that NEXUS will hear us, that FERC will hear us, that they will consider this reroute, And your support would be clearly appreciated and we think beneficial. And if you need us to come give you more information so you can make an independent decision on your own with the facts, we'd be happy to give you as much as you need. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time and coming down today. Any questions for the mayor?